In the quiet village of Evershadow, there was an abandoned mansion that everyone avoided. It stood on a hill surrounded by dense woods, often referred to as the Dark. Stories were whispered among the villagers about strange happenings and eerie figures seen in its vicinity. One stormy evening, the sky was painted with violent hues, and the wind howled through the trees. An elderly man named Mr. Oliver, rumored to be a retired detective, decided to unravel the mystery of the mansion. He was not a believer in ghost stories and sought logical explanations for the odd occurrences. As he approached the mansion, he was joined by Emily, a curious and brave young girl from the village who could never turn down an adventure. Inside, the air was cold and stale. The wooden floors creaked with every step, and the walls seemed to whisper secrets. Mr. Oliver carried an old lantern that cast flickering shadows across the decaying interiors. From the corner of his eye, he noticed a dark, unsettling figure, but when he turned, it disappeared. Emily clung tightly to Mr. Oliver's coat, her eyes wide with both fear and excitement. They ventured deeper into the mansion, descending a spiraling staircase that led to a basement. There, amidst the cobwebs and dust-covered relics, Mr. Oliver discovered ancient documents and a journal. The journal belonged to the mansion's last inhabitant, who wrote about a shadowy entity that thrived in darkness and fed on fear. According to the journal, the shadow could only be confronted by shining a light directly at it. Suddenly, the basement door slammed shut, the temperature dropped sharply, and the shadowy figure emerged, larger and more menacing. It glided toward them, its form shifting and pulsating with an eerie, dark energy. Emily screamed, but Mr. Oliver quickly raised his lantern, directing its light towards the shadow. The figure recoiled, shrinking and writhing in pain. With determination, Mr. Oliver advanced, pushing back the shadow with the lantern's light. Emily found her courage and grabbed a second lantern from a shelf, lighting it with trembling hands. Together, they forced the shadow into a corner, where it hissed and shrank until it vanished completely. The mansion seemed to exhale, releasing its pent-up darkness. The air grew warmer, and the oppressive atmosphere lifted. Mr. Oliver and Emily emerged from the mansion as dawn broke, the storm clouds parting to reveal the first rays of sunlight. The village of Evershadow was safe once again, the dark secrets of the mansion finally laid to rest. From that day, the mansion was no longer a place of fear, but a monument to bravery and the relentless pursuit of truth.